Hello, welcome in. Happy Thursday, everybody. Almost said Friday. Jumping ahead here. Happy Thursday, everybody. We got Thursday night football tonight. We got Ryder Cup starting tomorrow. Big college football slate this weekend. Obviously, we're going to talk fantasy football. We're going to talk NFL. We're going to talk Thursday night football. If you're in the chat, say hello. Steve usually comes on Thursday, so he's going to be coming on. And then we also have a new guest coming on, Caleb, who recently joined the team here at Rolling Insights. So he's going to be coming on as well. So if you guys have any questions on anything, just let me know. And we're going to talk Thursday night football until those guys get on here. Nathan, what's up? Also, Pokemon new set day, Mega Evolution came out. We got a booster box over here. New set comes out tomorrow. But all right, so I have unabated up Thursday night football, Seattle, Arizona. My blog post will be out after the stream. If you guys want a little deeper dive into, my thoughts on the game tonight, but just from a higher level, I like Arizona in this game. Seattle, I like Seattle. If you guys remember, I was pretty high on Seattle coming into last year. Really like Mike McDonald as a coach. I think their defense is very, very good. I think Jackson Smith-Njigba is very, very good. But overall, I think they've outperformed a little bit. I think we're giving them a little too much respect here to be road favorites in division. Now, I said the same thing. I said kind of the same thing last week about the Colts. I just thought that the line was a little high when it came to the Colts. Didn't end up mattering because the Titans and Brian Callahan are just terrible. But I think that we're giving the Seahawks a little too much respect here, being road favorites at Arizona. Now, Arizona's defense, they've been banged up in spots. I really was high on this Arizona team coming into the season, though. And they're right in the mix, of this division race. This division is going to be tight with the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Cardinals. Cardinals are 2-1. Rams are 2-1. Seahawks are 2-1. Niners are 3-0. And the Cardinals easily could have beaten the 49ers last week. They lost, right at the end of the game. So, I like Arizona. I liked them coming into the season. So that's kind of where I lie on this game in terms of a side. I will be betting Arizona tonight to win this game. I'm just going to bet them on the money line. If you want to take the plus 1.5, you can do that. There's a 2 out there on Bet365. But I like Arizona. Steve, who's going to come on, he's a Cardinals fan, so we can ask him a little bit about it. But I like Arizona in this game. There's also some interesting prop angles. I'm going to give the link to these guys so they can come in whenever they please. But there's some interesting prop angles in this one. First and foremost being Greg Dortch. So Greg Dortch, we've seen him have success for the Cardinals when they've been banged up at the receiver position a few times in recent years. He's had some pretty decent statistical seasons. And basically coming into this year, they weren't going to be using Greg Dortch much with Marvin Harrison Jr. Obviously, they're healthy, operating as their number one. They have Michael Wilson. They brought in Zay Jones. They have Trey McBride. So, they don't really need Greg Dortch in that scenario. And Greg Dortch is kind of going to operate as that third receiver. And his snap rate has been below 30% to start the season. With Zay Jones being out tonight, whose snap rate has been over 50%, I'm assuming pretty much all or most of that is going to go to Greg Dortch. And look, Greg Dortch has proven to have a strong connection, with Kyler Murray. we're getting super like discounted props on him. Like his receiving line was at 15.5 yards. I saw 1.5 catches. So I actually bet Greg Dortch touchdown. I bet him first touchdown and anytime touchdown. And then I just took him 30 plus receiving yards with the boost on FanDuel. They have a 50% boost today. So that got that to almost 4-1. So that's really the only, like the main props I'm looking in this game is just the Dortch stuff. Nathan, you said you laddered him up to 5 catches. Don't hate that at all. So yeah, I'm kind of in on him tonight. Super high odds on the touchdown. Got him at plus 550. I'm pretty sure around there. 28-1 for the first touchdown. So pretty good odds for him. I'm interested in that. I think Steve's in here, so we can add him in. Steve, how's it going?
Good day.
What's your thoughts tonight? Big game tonight for your Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, go Cards. I don't know. I feel it's just every time I watch them, I feel nervous. It feels like they're playing well. Things are trending in the right direction. I'm just not convinced. It's funny because I was who was I? I was debating with someone on Reddit about the Colts, and they're just like, I don't believe it. They're not good. They're not that good. I'm like, well, you might be right, but like you can't deny the first 3 games. Like,
yeah, I was wrong about the Titans last week. I was right about the Jets backdoor cover there. I was right about the Browns. I was right about some of the underdogs, but not right about the Titans. That was
Browns.
did not work.
Browns. Your
Browns
bloody
defense.
Browns.
I feel bad for their defensive players. Like their defense is so good and their offense, it's like a borderline service academy at this point. Like they cannot move the ball. They're just hoping to like flip field position with a turnover and maybe they can like kick a field goal.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising that they can't put together a bit more. Like they're not only like
It's
the 30-second
bad.
offense, it's like they're not even trying to be offensively good. And it's funny because if you look at like
terrible to watch.
But like, let's get Shadeir out there. I know I'm on repeat here. Like, what are we waiting for?
Yeah. Well, Joe Flacco, like he literally cannot move at all. And the defense knows that. So when you have literally no threat, like when we talk about these like pocket passers, like even like a Jared Goff, he can move around in the pocket. Like Joe Flacco literally cannot move. So
No.
there's just no threat of anything. And they can just really just sit back then. And it's just like really, really tough for them they have to throw the ball like 3 and 4 yards at a time. It's crazy.
Yeah. I think they could run a little bit more creativity around that, though, to mix things up a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're obviously like, and I think Flacco could handle that type of playbook because he's old. Like, he's seen it all. He should be able to handle some creativity. But they don't seem interested in doing that. Like you said, they're just interested in 3 or 4 yard passes, run the ball, and then defense.
Yeah.
Do you think they can get into the playoffs?
No.
Like with just having the best defense?
No. The problem with that is, I think Caleb's in here. I can add him in.
Okay.
The problem with the relying on the best defense gimmick is they're not going to be the best defense by the time you get to like week 6 or 7 doing what they're doing, because they're going to get hurt and they're going to be tired because they're on the field the entire game. So it's just not – it's going to work for the first month of the season, and then after that it's going to start to trend down.
Yeah, I agree with that. We should do a quick intro.
Yeah, Caleb, welcome in, obviously, to the stream.
Thank
first
you.
time appearance. If you want to give the chat a little intro to yourself, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, just joined the Rolling Insights team 2 weeks ago yesterday. On the client relations side, I guess, sales kind of, just kind of boosting the image, trying to get us out there. I played pro hockey professionally fully for like 4 years, but semi-pro for probably over 8 total. Had a small stint in the East Coast League in a preseason and decided I wasn't built for North American hockey, and then decided to go to Europe. And that was it for me. Yeah, played every sport growing up. So passion for it is huge. I'm a Saints fan. I have not watched a Saints game yet this year, strictly because that's a lie. I watched the first one, and then I was like, all right, I know what we got this year, and I'm happy with the record. This is where we belong.
Yeah, so I don't maybe we do. I can't think off the top of my head of regular chatters that are Saints fans. I don't know if we have one. We have a couple Commanders fans in the chat. We have a lot of Eagles fans in the chat, Browns fans, but I can't think of any Saints fans. So you might be the first.
It's few and far between. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
you were
They
talking
used to
about
be
pocket
popular.
passers too. I was going to say like Drew Brees. That was once you got to the end of his career, it was kind of the same thing, and it's why Kamara kind of came along at the perfect time because you could play that screen game so much better and still feel like you had some movement. But I mean, he was locked into the pocket. He had that one rush against the Falcons where he like did a spin move and crashed into the end zone, and people were like
Yeah, I remember that
losing
one,
their
yeah.
minds because he ran to the outside, and everybody was like, no idea he could still do that or do that ever. That was like a highlight for me.
Yeah, Brian,
I'm
he's a Saints fan. Brian, I didn't know you were in here,
There we
but
go.
yes, you are a Saints fan. So we have another Saints fan in the chat. Another Canadian here. Once again, I'm outnumbered. I'm the only we always have Canadians on the stream, and I'm the only American. So the chat's gonna have to step up because I'm always outnumbered by you guys when you guys come on the stream. But I would say I'm probably like 10% Canadian at this point, Steve. Would you agree? With
Yeah,
that?
you're growing. You're growing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You're gonna
coming
meet a
along.
nice Canadian girl and move to Canada, Southern Ontario.
I wouldn't be opposed because I don't know. I haven't had a ton of luck over here, so maybe we'll head north of the border. That might switch
Yeah,
it
we'll
up
get
a little
you.
bit.
We'll get you on Tinder, Toronto.
Your sports fandom translates better in Canada.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah.
That's what I think. Although Canton, I mean, it's
Yeah.
pretty good, I guess. But
All right. So, so since it's Caleb's first time, what do you guys want to get into? Like, obviously, I was talking Thursday Night Football. If you guys have any opinions on that, you can go ahead and get started. But is there anything specifically, Steve? I know you had some data spaces that you've been working on that you were going to bring up, but is there anything you guys want to talk about specifically?
maybe one just kind of finishing up on the cards. This is a very anti-Canadian because there's a lot of Western Canadians that cheer for the Seahawks. But the most annoying fan base I've ever been to live games is the Seattle Seahawks fans in Arizona, an away game. I brought this up before, so I hope for good fans tonight.
Yeah, I said before you got on, Steve, I'm betting the Cardinals tonight, so
Nice.
I'll be riding with you. Hopefully, it goes better than the Ravens on Monday because that took a toll on my. I think I lost like a year of my life from that one. So
the data, comparing performance data says that the Cards that have the edge, not by a lot, but
nice.
at the
Well,
edge.
it's such a
I like to
tight
hear
game.
that. It is.
Like,
It
that's
definitely
going to
is.
be like, I mean, the Sam Darnold thing. They're like, oh, he finally popped off. It's like, well, that Saints defense is pretty. Like they can't do anything. But I mean, both of those teams are kind of. I feel like they're the same. I feel like Seahawks and Cardinals are the exact same.
They're
Like,
definitely
just like,
similar teams.
Yeah,
they both have good defenses, and
Yeah.
then the offense is like
Exactly.
hit or miss. I do agree with that.
What do we think
And
about
if they
Marvin?
record at the end of the year, I'd be like, that makes sense.
Oh yeah, we can talk Marv because I know
Oof.
Caleb has him in our work fantasy league, and I know he's pretty disappointed with that.
Oh man, that drop gets played now. I mean, that's going to be like a highlight for their low light for the rest of the year. But he just hasn't done anything in the first two seasons to like warrant where he was in draft rankings, and especially now. Like I was just like, this is perfect. Knocked my two running backs out right away, and I was like, all right, Harrison. I like Kyler Murray a lot. That's the other tough part is like I really like Kyler Murray, but it's not on Kyler Murray at this point. Like it's not like you're like, oh, they're not getting the ball enough. It's
Yeah.
So I took so coming into last year from like a fantasy perspective, he was going like late first, early second. He was going pretty early, and I was not taking any of him. I had Malik Neighbors ranked ahead of him, and a lot of people, there was a lot of pushback on that. And then obviously Neighbors had a better rookie season. Marv had touchdowns last year, but that was about it. Didn't really live up to being a top 5 overall pick. And then coming into this season again, like I have no Marvin Harrison Jr. on any of the 30 plus teams that I've drafted, and I just don't know. Like coming from an Ohio State fan, I don't know if he. First of all, I don't think they're using him properly because he's not really like a contested catch type of guy. He's basically his dad, just bigger and faster. But I don't know if he's faster because his dad wasn't very fast. And I thought it was weird that he refused to run at the combine. Like a lot of these receivers, like they won't really work out at the combine, but they'll run the 40 or they'll run the 40 at their pro day. He refused to run his 40 at his pro day and at the combine. So the Cardinals basically picked him top 5 just off of his name being Marvin Harrison Jr. Like I don't understand. Like I don't see like what is the reasoning of him not running? Because a lot of times these guys like Ladd McConkey came out and he ran way faster than anyone thought. And it should have got him drafted in the first round. He went very early second. I thought it was weird that he wouldn't run. So I kind of just had weird feelings ever since then. But he definitely has not lived up to what they thought he was going to be so far.
I agree with Jim.
Yeah.
I put a couple of bucks on his dad.
Yeah. I mean, you just watch it. Like you watch any of the last couple of games. He's so slow out of his breaks. Like they need to do something else with him. Like,
yeah,
even the drop, like he found space, which was great. It was wide open, but you're just like, dude, like you're coming out of that so slow. So I don't know. Thanks, Jim. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we go ahead.
I was just gonna maybe run him in the slot.
Yeah, I don't think they got to do something. It could be a Kyler part. Like it could just be like they're not a good match. Like not that it's Kyler's bad or he's bad. Like I don't know. Maybe I don't know. There's something, but there's just not room for you to have questions when they pick you inside the top 5 of the NFL draft. Like that kind of goes out the window.
Yeah.
I do like the Saints this weekend, Caleb. So I took them at plus 16. It's down to plus 15 and a half. Yeah. I don't think they have any chance to win, but that's a lot of points.
No, that line is moving too. I mean, the Bills, I feel like they typically like struggle with that opponent where they don't have to get up for, where it's like a lower opponent. And you've seen Josh Allen like have those games where it's like he only throws for like 140 against a lower opponent, and James Cook has to kind of carry the load, which is fine. But I feel like they're going to win, obviously, but I do feel like I would take them down to even like minus 14.5, honestly, or plus 14.5, just because of where they're at. Like,
yeah,
I think they're
just like backdoor potential too. Like even if the Bills get up, big, I'm sure they would pull guys, and they've pulled guys before. I'm not saying that they'll pull them super early, but
and Rattler hasn't played bad. Like I haven't put any of the I have him in like one of my leagues, and he's totally fine. Like he's putting up like 200 yards, he's getting a couple touchdowns. Like he's not terrible. It's like kind of the perfect like stopgap before. I mean, hopefully Arch Manning next year. You never know what's going to happen there, but
yeah, that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it would look so good. I would buy an Arch Manning jersey so fast. So fast.
You should get one now.
I should. I really should. Yeah, I should. I have a.
How does this website log me out when I'm on the website? Does that do you guys see this? We got to talk. We need Josh to talk to Unabated because this is crazy.
I think they're worried that people are scraping.
That could be. I mean, that would make more sense. But
Jimmy Graham, Kenny Vaccaro, Drew Brees, and Jameis Winston as my Saints jerseys. And honestly, my Jameis Winston one gets the most wear, just because I think it's the best. And I wish they had never let him go. He was
I love that guy.
It's amazing. I would buy a Winston Giants jersey too. I just think that guy's unreal.
Yeah, he is the best. Some of my best betting wins ever have involved Jameis Winston. Browns that game last year, the Snowball against the Steelers. Yeah. That was a big one. And then some of those games back when they had Todd Monken the year he threw Jameis threw 30-30.
Yeah.
There was just like electric. Like he was
That
so good
was-
in fantasy. It was just the best.
Oh yeah. I remember like betting on him, like building parlays and doing like 2 touchdowns, 2
Yeah.
interceptions.
Yeah.
And the odds were
They would
just
always
crazy.
get down.
You were
They would
getting
get down.
so-
So he was like automatic.
Oh, yeah.
He'd throw a pick 6 immediately, and they would get down, and then
Guaranteed.
he'd just throw it 60 times and
Yeah.
garbage time. It was great.
Oh, it was incredible. There's no one like that anymore where you can just bank on a pick every game.
No, yeah, and
Just-
like the offenses in general, like just because the last like 6 years, like everybody started playing too high safety, and
Yeah.
it's just like there's just not those games anymore. I was joking with my friends the other day. Like if you showed some of these kids like 10, 11 years old that like in 2018 Chiefs Rams primetime 54-51, if you showed them that game, they wouldn't believe that's real, like based off
For
what
sure.
you watch now. Like you just never, especially the Chiefs, like the last 3 years, like they don't even score. It's crazy.
And that season had like quite a few of those types of games. Whereas like this year,
Yeah.
like we got that Bills Ravens week 1 and everybody was like game of the year already because you never see that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's so rare to see like 2 teams just slugging it out. I mean, you had Cowboys Giants, I guess, but no one really cared.
Yeah, that was a good
Too
game,
much.
honestly. But that was
Yeah.
like just like the Cowboys are so bad,
Yeah, oh yeah.
and
That
Russ
shit
is
has
just
never
throwing
gotten there.
balls up, and then
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors goes and catches it.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be really interesting to see what happens here with the Giants too with Dart.
Yeah, tough spot for him.
Yeah.
I don't know, like these quarterbacks making their first start, there's like a huge trend. They just have never really played good.
Yeah.
But I mean, at home, Chargers is definitely a tough matchup. Their defense has been
Yeah.
pretty good. But yeah, I'll be curious. I mean, I like that they came out and said like he's starting the rest of the season regardless
Yeah.
of kind of what's going on, which I think is good. So I'm sure he'll
Smart.
get better as the season goes on. All right, Steve, do you have anything you want to get into?
Well, what do we want to start with?
How
Maybe
first of all,
talk
how's
Survivor?
your team? Okay, let's talk Survivor, and then I want to know how your one team did last week because we kind of went through that on the stream last week as well.
Was that my RT Sports team? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah.
because
Well,
whichever one you started Juju on.
So that's it. Yeah, it went well. Like the crazy part, won only with 110 points. So it didn't get a ton of competition from the other side. But didn't play Andrews and he went off. Had Pitts in, which was fine. Like Pitts was fine, but Andrews obviously went off. And CD didn't get a single point. So I was actually pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with my team in that league. I don't know. We can share a screen and take a look at it.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then we can flip over to some data side of things. So I had CD in there, Travis Hunter in there, Kyle Pitts in there, and then I made some changes for this week. For Aiden, who's probably listening, Spencer Schrader, that guy, eh? What a stud. Just winning weeks alone as the kicker. Guy does it all. So Juju played really well. I was disappointed to hear that even though Aiden and I made a ride or die pact last Thursday, Aiden did not ride.
Yeah, him bailing on Juju after that whole discourse on the stream is just crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
But I stuck with it, and again, it turned out. So I was pretty happy with that. A couple changes that I made this week. Left Juju in. I'm a bit worried about that. The Baltimore defense. And then Darnell Mooney had a decent game last week, so put him in and then put Godwin in. It's my understanding that he's going to play playing Philly with Evans going down. I'm thinking that he's probably going to get a bunch of targets as well as Mbukala. So I don't know. Have you heard anything? Is Godwin not going to play? It seems like he's practicing full speed.
Yeah, so I mean, it sounds like he's gonna play. I don't know I'd have to work through it this weekend. Like if we get that Schefter note that he actually is 100% going to play, I'd need to work through it, I guess, and kind of think. I mean, in theory, he should be fine because Mike Evans is out. So it's really just Ibuka, Sterling Shepard. I don't know. Like we might see a reemergence of my guy here.
Christopher Godwin, is he your guy?
Well, no, I like
Godwin.
Chris Godwin, but but no. So yeah, I mean, it's probably just like Ibuka and him. I just don't know. Like it's kind of tough to trust him coming back from that. Like first game back.
Someone I was talking to on Reddit was like, "Oh, Worthy's been practicing." I was like, "I would never trust a guy coming back first game shoulder injury."
Yeah,
he's going to be out there running around.
Full. So,
but I don't know.
I can't. I'm with you. I don't trust it, but like, it sounds like he's going to play. I don't know. It's weird.
And I'm certain he'll go out there and run around.
Yeah,
and have a good
They're
job.
Desperate for weapons too.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to throw the ball to him a bunch. If he had a shoulder injury less than 4 weeks ago, like if it was a dislocation or a separated shoulder, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to run around. You're gonna feel fine, etc. in 4 weeks, but you're not gonna have the strength to stretch out and catch. You're not gonna have the strength to hold the ball through tackles.
Yeah, that's taking a hit too. That'll be the biggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first contact he takes, you're going to be feeling it in that shoulder for sure.
He's going to be a decoy. They might throw it to him a couple times, but he's not going to get the same target share he should. Now, it goes well. He gets another week of rest. I think that, like you said, they're desperate for receivers. They got my boy Juju, but Worthy might be next week a better option. Anyways, I don't have him in this league, so it doesn't really matter anyways. But
when I say my guy, it might be Ryan Miller might have to make another appearance. This guy, so the pride of Furman, he has one catch for a 20-yard touchdown this year. They might need this guy this week here with Chris Godwin like easing back in. I don't know. Might be Ryan Miller's time.
He's gonna have that one flash in the pan. Everyone's gonna go and pick him up.
I thought it was last year he had a big game. I'm trying to remember.
It was, yeah. And
didn't he have
everybody scooped him?
I thought he had a couple good games last year. Let me see.
I mean, he's like Pierce and Indy.
Yeah, I remember.
Exactly.
Was huge.
Yeah, everyone wanted to pick him up after week 1 last year because he went crazy. Let me see. Yeah, I guess he had a touchdown he scored a touchdown in an overtime loss to the Chiefs last year. And then he scored another touchdown against Dallas. He had 2 total touchdowns last year. But he has 1 catch this year for a touchdown. It might just be a touchdown.
Incredible efficiency.
Out of Furman. I didn't know Furman had a football team, but apparently they do.
Looking at my squad, what do we think of my wide receivers?
No,
Mario Douglas been a disappointment. Travis Hunter.
Yeah. Travis Hunter. Oh man. I mean, you're just at a huge disadvantage right now without CD. I think
yes.
Io Manor's fine. Like he's honestly been their number 1 receiver. So
he was great. Kudos to you because you put him on my radar. With you mentioned that one drop pass where he would have had a big gain of touchdown, or it was a penalty. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, it was
great.
Yeah, it was just they said he was out of bounds, but he wasn't. I don't understand.
That was the one. Yeah.
Knowing what I know now about Brian Callahan, it's not shocking he didn't call a challenge on that because I don't know if you guys saw this. I talked about this on stream earlier, but it's just so hilariously bad. There was like 40 seconds left in the first half. He was going to kick a 57-yard field goal, and they took a delay of game somehow on a field goal attempt. And instead of punting it, he tried to kick a 62-yard field goal and didn't get it, of course. And then the Colts got 3 points for free because that guy's an idiot. But yeah, not shocking he didn't try and challenge that, even though it was clearly a catch.
That Houston secondary also is.
What's up with Stingley? Let me see. I know he got hurt. I haven't checked defensive. Yeah, so Stingley's going to be out, which is what I thought.
So if there's ever a game for Ward to
Yeah.
start to really air out the ball, this is it.
So I know like we're kind of all over the place here. What's your thoughts on the sentiment of people wanting to use Houston in Survivor, Steve? Because like everyone's
Not a
going to
good
pick
idea.
Buffalo. Yeah, like I think from what I gathered, the people advocating for Houston is just because if say 40% of your pool picks Buffalo, then you'll be in an advantage later if you can move on, like having Buffalo with no one else, obviously having them available. But
Like, do I think Houston will win this game? Probably. The data has said that they've been the better team so far. And I saw one guy post, oh well, they can't go 0-4. That is flawed logic.
yeah,
They very well could go 0-4, and the Titans could beat them. The Texans have not been a great team this year, and I think
no,
like one of the things that's interesting I find about Survivor, and it always creeps up on Reddit, is the legacy of these teams. So Houston was good 2 years ago, and that still reigns true in people's minds. You see a lot of the same players, etc. They weren't great really last year, and they haven't been good this year. So like I wouldn't pick them, even if they're playing against the worst team in the league or the second worst team in the league. There's just better options. And I know we've debated this in the past. I used to be a guy who used to go and map out the whole season. I'm going to pick this team this week, and I would go through and kind of try to. So many times I'm going to pick the Bills in week 10. I never make it to week 10 because I make a mistake before then trying to be too cute saving a team. So like my view now is play each week separately, stay alive. You have no idea who's going to falter later down, and you have no idea who's going to get injured. You have no idea what's going to happen in a month. It's the NFL. And you just have to kind of expect that there's going to be some tough choices later towards the end, but at least you've been able to make it to that point.
Yeah, I mean, the Houston Texans, the Tennessee Titans won 3 games last year. One of them was in Houston, and this was obviously – that was not a good Titans team. And that was probably a better Houston Texans team than what we are seeing currently. So
that rivalry too, like it's real still. Like
divisional games are weird. I mean, we saw it last week.
Yeah.
Like, I had 2 entries, and one I used the Falcons. They didn't even advance the ball past the 40-yard line against the Carolina Panthers. Like, it doesn't even make any sense. But
I had them at -4.5 too. Like, you're just like, that's because on paper that team.
I know. I switched to the Falcons last week from Tampa. Mistake.
Yeah,
it's not good.
It's just those divisional games. You just can't predict. It's like, honestly, I feel like those are the only games that the Saints are going to be in all year. Like those divisional games, just because those are.
We gotta
predict whether they're going to happen.
And I don't know. The Texans are so weird. I didn't think it was possible for Nick Caley to be a worse offensive coordinator than Bobby Slowick last year, but somehow it's happened. And I went off on stream earlier this week about this. Like I'm so sick of this like cabal from John Carroll University in Ohio. These guys just give each other jobs because they're friends and went to the same school. It used to be bad back in the day with like Jeff Fisher and these guys like keeping jobs. Now it's like these John Carroll, Nick Caley, it just friends with Nick Caserio and just gets a job. Like what I would love them to release film of their offensive team meetings, because how do you not get the ball to Nico Collins? It's not a hard concept. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like what do you do all week? Because if they were winning games, it's one thing. Like if they look great and they're just like, oh yeah, he's not getting the ball. You look like shit and you're not getting your best player the ball. It doesn't make any sense. I hate it. This guy only has a job because he went to school with Nick Caserio. It's the only reason.
You have a capable quarterback, someone who can actually make some stuff happen.
I think he's actually really good.
And you're not doing anything. Like if I'm the Texans at this point, I'm literally formulating my offense for Nico Collins to have 10 catches a game or around that, like you're feeding him the ball at every opportunity. It's not like the offense is going great. So like, why not just try to just be like, all right, this is just going to be Nico Collins' team at this point.
Funnel it to
like
him.
that's all we can do.
Yeah, this
like 100%. There's
this
no.
used to happen with Arthur Smith when he was in Atlanta. He would pull that card because people would be like, "Why is Kyle Pitts not getting the ball? Why is Strickland not getting the ball?" And they would win games. So he would be like, "Well, we're winning games, so it doesn't matter." And he would just pull that card, even though that doesn't make any sense. The Texans look terrible, and I can tell you, if I would have known that this Nick Caley character just went to John Carroll, I would have been off the Houston Texans. If you want to know how I know this guy's a bum, I'm from Canton, Ohio. Nick Caley is from Canton, Ohio. I've never heard of this guy ever one time in my life. So that's how I know he's not good. Like if we're both from Canton, Ohio, and
knowledge.
if you're from my town and you're an offensive coordinator in the NFL and I've never even heard of you, you're not good.
Something's wrong there. That's for
sure.
Sure.
Like Josh McDaniels is like a legend in Canton, Ohio. Like I've never even heard of this guy. I'd love to know what high school this guy went to. I want to see if I can find it.
It'd be funny if he went to the same high school.
Right? No, I would. If he went to the same high school as me, then that would be really bad.
They don't even have him up on the wall of fame at the high school. They're like, we don't know about this guy yet.
The only claim to fame of my high school is Matt Campbell, who coaches Iowa State, went to my high school. That's the only.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Like, yeah, this guy. It's just disaster over there in Houston. They got to fix this.
Yeah, not good from a fantasy perspective. Was Kirk hurt? Is he not playing? Or did he play last week? Can't remember. I think Aiden picked him over Juju.
Yeah, last week was his first game back.
Yeah.
Got him in one of my dynasty leagues. That's
interesting. Fast draft that Matt Kelly's got. So yeah, moving on to like just Survivor this week, some of the comments. I'm going with Denver over Cincy. They've only got one win, but I think the performance data wise, even though they've looked a little bit messy and they've had a bunch of penalties, I think they're going to beat the Bengals without Burrows. I also went with the Lions over the Browns. This one makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm like, their offenses looked really good. And they've been able to throw it and run it and do all sorts of stuff in 2 out of the 3 games. So and they're not going to score against the Lions defense. So I feel pretty good about this one. And then Bills Saints is obvious. Anyone who still is the Bills, if you're looking for a layup, like we just talked about, I don't think there's a better one in all matchups.
So there's a trophy. I don't know if they'll give this out in the regular season. There's a trophy for the Browns-Lions game. I don't know if you know this, Steve. So it was called the Great Lakes. It was called the Great Lakes Classic. They would play the last preseason game. Back when there was 4 preseason games, it would always be Browns-Lions, the last one, and the winner would get the Great Lakes Classic trophy. So I wonder if they'll just give this out now for the regular season.
Yeah. Did we talk about too how like that game can also have unpredictable outcomes?
Yeah, and the trophy. I don't know if you've ever seen. You have to like look it up later. I'll post it in our Discord. I think it's like 100 pounds. It's like massive. Like I don't know how you would transport it.
It's an old wheelbarrow.
It's like a giant like it was like a barge.
It's
like
a team
boat. It's huge. Crazy.
Not walking that one around.
I like it. Yeah, no one's stealing that one.
No.
On the away side, Chargers, Giants, Colts, Rams. This one got a lot of hot ticket press on Reddit. You're like, how do you pick the Colts over the Rams? The Rams look great, etc. Well,
that happened last week too, or 2 weeks ago. People were mad that you had Colts over Broncos.
Yeah, and it's just like the Colts have been better in every single category in the past 3 games. And it's not like the Colts have played complete duds. So you can't say that the strength of schedule is going to prop up their stats. So I don't think the Rams have been bad, although they had an absolute collapse last week. I turned off the game and was shocked to see that they lost. So this might be one if you're a betting man, if you're looking for some good value, because I think the Rams are the favorite at home.
They're -3.5 last time I looked.
Yeah. And then the Pack over the Cowboys. A lot of people are taking the Pack on the road. I don't think it's a bad choice. data states that it's a good choice. Although I was just maybe I've got a little bit of buyer's remorse from last week buying the pack, and they really convinced me in week 2 that they're going to win multiple Super Bowls, and then to lose on that blocked field goal, I was quite devastated, and then I lost an entry in my survivor pools. So I'm assuming they're going to have a bounce back week. The Cowboys can score. They got no defense, no CD. I think it's probably a pretty safe bet.
Yeah, I like the Packers for sure. Cowboys defense, it's just a total disaster. Like, not even including anything with CeeDee Lamb being out. Like, the defense, like, not shocking that you remove Micah Parsons and now nobody can get pressure.
Tackle.
So against the Bears, that was the first game. That was the first game in Caleb Williams' career that he did not take a sack. So, I mean,
Wow.
just like they cannot get after the quarterback whatsoever. And, you know, you have to think like how much not only it affects not having Micah Parsons on your team, but it affects everyone else on the defensive line because he takes so much attention.
Yeah.
Like those guys are facing more like attention than they've faced. The Cowboys, I'm trying to see where they rank in like pressures and stuff. Can't be good. Yeah, it's like bottom half. I don't know. I do like Green. I do like Green Bay though.
Yeah,
It is funny though. Like that whole week leading up to that Browns game, all you hear about is how it's the Packers division now. Like MVP season coming from Jordan Love, and then like I get that the Browns are a tough team too. Like, I mean, even the Bengals week 1, but they always have a tough time with the Browns. But like their defense is not terrible. Like it's good. So like you can see how they can stuff them, but like, man, you just think the scheme that the Packers are running would have been able to do a lot more damage than they did.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
like, it was crazy.
It's tougher. Like I think Jordan Love's good, but it's still like they still want to be a run first team, and it's just really hard to run at all on the Browns, and so that kind of got them out of sorts early. But yeah, I mean, it's like it's game.
But don't you feel like they should have thrown the ball more? Like I felt like it was like, oh, here's our game plan. We're gonna, run the ball, and we know we're going against a good run defense. Like I just sometimes, back to your comments about coaching that you always make. Like you go in, you play an opponent, you set a strategy for that opponent. You have a week to prepare for it. Why don't you play the team that you're playing instead of being like, oh, I'm just going to stick to run the same offense because this is who we are?
Yeah, you had Tucker Kraft legacy game the week before. Like, why not just try that again? Because that worked the first time,
Yeah,
and you could throw it down the middle on the Browns.
Yeah, for sure.
It was funny. There was a clip of Myles Garrett just like running by the left tackle, and the left tackle like literally screams, "Run, Jordan!" Like, he just ran right by. It was so funny.
Hi, he's coming.
All right, Jim has a season-long question. Full PPR: Ladd, Pearsall, Keenan Allen, Jordan Addison, Pickens, and Jameson Williams. So you need 3 of those guys, Jim. I would say.
What do we have quarterback situation for the 49ers this week? Because Mac's out,
I think it's gonna.
Is Purdy back in?
I think it's gonna be Brock Purdy.
Okay.
But
I'm counting on it being Brock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. See if I haven't seen an update today on this.
I can't see that it's Pearsall.
Yeah, Ladd, McConkey, Pearsall, Keenan Allen.
Oh, Keenan.
Jordan Addison, George Pickens, and Jameson Williams.
Ooh, I like Jordan Addison. I picked him. Is he back from his? He is back from his suspension.
Yeah, he's back this week in London or in Ireland.
Why can't I find him? Oh, because he hasn't played a game yet. Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is so classic Minnesota that it kills me. Like this is like nightmare fuel for Saints fans when I remember Case Keenum coming in.
Yeah.
And just like lighting it up. You're like, this is Carson Wentz's, like, this is going to be his return to the top.
Yeah.
It's going to be incredible.
I also did we talk about this already? How old Carson Wentz is?
How old is he?
He's sneaky old. He's like 34, isn't he?
Yeah. It's like he skipped 4 years. He turned 24 to 28.
He bounced around. Like he was
Yeah.
like every team's backup for a while there, or third guy.
Yeah, he definitely I think this is his sixth team in the last 6 years, if I remember correctly, or something like that.
Honestly, out of those, like I think Ladd for sure. I think he's right. First three. Pickens could get a lot.
Yeah, he's getting targets.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's still like
Pickens is on the list.
Everything for Ladd still looks good.
Ooh.
He's just not getting as many like first read targets.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
That stuff could change
Pickens,
too. There's no way you don't use Pearsall. Like I think Pearsall's like you just lock and load.
Yeah.
And then you're kind of debating the other guys.
Well, okay. So Keenan Allen, he's been great, and he gets 28 targets.
Every time you turn on a Chargers game, they're like, it's just like Keenan Allen's making some big play, 12 yards, 15
19
yards,
receptions, 3 TDs. You got to play him. He won't be hot forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, I mean Pickens, like the thing with Pickens, it's like no CD could hurt him as much as it helps, just because CD takes a lot of attention, and now that's going to be on him. So that can kind of go either way.
Yeah.
So that one, that's like tough. Definitely like Keenan, definitely like Pearsall. Ladd is fine. Addison's fine, honestly, even though it's his first game. I still think Addison's fine. And then assuming this is Jameson Williams, man, Browns play a lot of man-to-man. That can be good. Like he could definitely catch a long one. And I went over earlier this week. He has crazy home road splits. I don't know why. He always has better games at home.
It's like sleeping in his own bed. Can't fault him for that.
That used to be that was an Amari Cooper thing back in the day. Sleep in his own bed. He was not good on the road. I can't believe he retired, by the way.
Well, that's what I was saying. You said he was dust. I was like,
people
old
didn't believe me though. When he signed,
happened quick.
He signed to the Raiders, whatever that was, like in like the end
2 years
of July. Ago. Yeah, this was like the end
2
of July.
Years ago, this year you mean? Gotcha.
Yeah. Like
he's only 31.
Yeah, he just signed back in like July, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, we got to take him in drafts." I was like, "Dude, this guy is like literally can't move for whatever reason. I don't know if it's injuries or what, but he can't move." And then he retired. Yeah, those receivers go quick, man. They really do.
Like when he went to the Bills, and everybody was like, "Oh man, this is the missing piece for Josh Allen as a weapon."
Browns, what did the Bills give up for him last? Like he couldn't. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that tells you all you need to know. The Bills had no weapons last year. They were relying on Shakir. Like if he can't get on the field in playoff games and stuff when they need someone, he's clearly does not have any juice left. Like he would be on the field.
But that's my point. Is like his speed died at 29 years old.
Yeah,
that seems he's way too early.
Trying to think, like he
was never like. I mean, I guess he was. His early seasons, I guess he was fast, but he slowed. I felt like he slowed down.
Yeah, he's a little bit like
a
bigger guy, not big, but relative to some of these guys now, like the archetype receiver now is really like, 190, 200 pounds. Like he was a little bit heavier, I think, like 210, 215. But some of those guys, I mean, he had a lot of injuries in his career too. Like it just probably piles up, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's probably it. You just never know the wear and tear.
He's born in 94. He's like born a year before me, and they're like, man, he's getting up there.
Yeah, he's like a year older than me, and I'm like, this guy's dust. He can't move around.
It's really tough to see that's happening. Like before, it was
sucks.
like, I mean, before it was like when guys were getting drafted, and they're like, oh my goodness, these guys are born in like 2000. 2000 was like the first one that I was like, this is starting to hurt. Now it's like 2007.
Dude,
you're like,
there's
oh my goodness.
There's guys that are born in like 2009 that like I see on like recruiting rankings. It's crazy.
Oh.
Jim, is that? Oh yeah, you said full PPR. Okay. I definitely think Pearsall and Keenan, and then you debate the other spot.
I don't think you can really I think you just take a shot on the rest of them, to be honest. I think you could hit or miss with any of them.
Yeah.
Williams at home is smart. Love guys at home.
All those guys are like closely, I would call them like close.
Yeah, I would agree for sure.
Like that's tough to pick from every week, all those guys.
Yeah, you really have to just find matchups.
Yeah.
That you think you like, really, and hope.
Can I switch gears for us?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I posted this on Discord. I was just playing. So we have the DraftKings salary data in SportWise. Which reminds me, yeah, I did do it this week. And so, I've never been a big DFS guy, as you know very well, Ben. More season long, more betting. But I was, one of the things whenever I played DFS in the past, I was always like, it would be good to have like points per dollar efficiency. That seems like the metric that you would want. And then, pick and choose accordingly. So I built this data space and I just essentially sorted by, average DK points per dollar. And then just went top to bottom and picked all the guys that have the highest efficiency per dollar. And so the interesting thing is the team, actually should open up DK. The team that ended up coming out of it, I was actually kind of happy with. And it kind of fit perfectly. Why are you asking me to do that? It fit perfectly within. Oh, sorry about this. Should have this lined up, everybody. It fit perfectly kind of within the salary cap. So let's just look at that team.
I can hear it. Here. Let me do this. Stop here. Oh, I was gonna say you could stop. I already had it pulled up, but
You already have my team?
no. I meant I already have like DraftKings.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to presenting it again. So I'm going to show you the team that I came up with using this. Oh, you're going to go back? Okay.
Yeah, we can make it in here if you want.
So, my point being, if we take a look at this, the most efficient player is per dollar, Trey Tucker. So I added him in. I ignored Marcus Mariota because he, sometimes the results are skewed when the backup comes in for one game. I added Daniel Jones initially. I then went with, I just literally went top to bottom. Let me just remove the quarterbacks.
Oh, I see Aiden in the chat said he chickened out on Juju.
He's chirping now?
He said he chickened out on Juju last week. That's why.
Yeah.
But Aiden, I'm living and dying with what I say on this stream. So I'm gonna need some. I'm gonna need
there's no afterthoughts.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit better out of you this weekend because you think I chickened out on the Ravens on Monday? I had to eat that, man, firsthand. That sucked.
So I picked Jonathan Taylor, picked Keenan Allen, I picked Jake Ferguson, James Cook, Romeo on Dunez. I can never say his name correctly. Am I missing anybody? Defense, I picked. We do this.
What was the tight end?
Ferguson.
Oh yeah. I can't put Ferguson because he's on the night game.
Okay, you're doing.
I
put all 16.
Yeah, I got you. I just put up the Monday. But what was the defense?
Seattle.
This guy's picking every game that's not on Sunday. So we'll just plug in. Let's see here.
Bears.
That's fine.
The number 2 defense side is Jags.
We can do that. Okay. Ferguson would be like mid 4s, so we need one of these like tight ends in here.
I can pick another one.
Yeah, give me another option.
He's gonna pick one game. That's not the guy I pick.
Was I right that I bet he's like 44, 4,500.
43.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep.
Hunter Henry. He's the next closest tight end.
So that gives you 65 for a flex and a quarter. Who'd you have at quarterback?
I
Said you
had
moved Daniel
Jones.
up, right?
Yeah. And then I actually, because I had a few dollars left, I scaled up to Caleb Williams.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
So
All
you
right. I like that. And then 73 for flex.
And then
you have like
flex,
unlimited options.
Let me just see what I have it here. I'm actually going to look at the lineup instead of looking at the list.
Terry's out.
Flex,
You're starting
Jackson.
Tucker on your main team. I think that's fine. Jackson?
Yeah.
Who's Jackson?
Jackson Smith.
Oh, okay. He plays tonight,
JSN.
so that's not going to apply.
Yeah, that's another Thursday.
Another non-1 o'clock. Another non-Sunday game.
I'll find another guy. How many dollars do I have left?
7,300.
So
yes.
here, I'll put a max 7,300. That's a lot.
Yes.
And then I'm going to go wide receiver. So I'm going to remove a bunch of these folks. And I'm going to go with St. Brown's. I'm on St. Brown.
Okay. All right.
So this is just
So
purely based on like average DK points per game per dollar. So what do you think about this approach? Like, I know you have a strategy.
Yeah.
Is this a viable strategy?
This is a fun game. So obviously everyone, like, we have a good amount of people in here. Everybody watching, I would say there's a high crossover that played DFS, have played DFS for years. Follow me because of that. So this is a fun game where we can teach Steve to play NFL DFS before the season gets over. So this is fun. I don't hate this. So, I mean, you have a natural, just based off what you're doing, like, you didn't even mean to do this, but you have a natural stack. So you have Caleb with Odunze and then, Trey Tucker on the opposite side. So I like that. I like that game a lot. That's probably my favorite game this weekend for DFS purposes. And then the total, I don't know if it moved up yet. I thought it was going to move up. Let me see. It was at 47.5. It still is. It's minus 115 over. I think there's gonna be a lot of scoring in that game. So I like that. I like, Jonathan Taylor, can't argue. Arguably the best role in fantasy right now. James Cook, same thing. Huge home favorite against the Saints. So yeah, overall, I think this looks like a pretty solid team, Steve. I don't have a lot of pushback for you.
Okay, I like it. So, let's say it's luck that the logic aligns with the data, but looking at the strategy, is that a viable strategy? Just essentially say, okay, update the data space each week with the salaries and the points, and then just go top to bottom and pick. And, maybe there's a couple of choices between 2 or 3 players based on their matchups. But essentially using that process to pick teams.
Yeah, from like a basic level, I would say it's not a bad strategy. Like DFS has gotten so like complex with like the tools that are available, from like whether you talk about simming lineups and all this like just stuff that people do. Like, it's very, very hard to be.
Yes.
It's hard to win. It's harder to win now than like it's ever been. But no, I don't think this is like a terrible strategy. I think that you could have some success, like lower stakes, doing stuff like this. Definitely think that. What we should do is I'll send you. Whoa, Steve's Canadian. Yeah, so Steve's Canadian, Caleb's Canadian, Aiden, who comes on the stream, is Canadian. Has anyone else ever come on, Steve? I think, did Abel come on one time?
Yep, he's Canadian.
He did. He's Canadian. I'm just outnumbered. So that's why I said I'm like 10% at this point. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna have an accent. I'm gonna start talking to my family one day, and they'd be like, "You have a Canadian accent." Like,
that's why I want to know where Cap. Like, how did Cap just kind of fly in here with the realization?
I know he didn't know you were Canadian.
Did you hear like an out and about there? That,
yeah. I lived in
the Canadian
Pittsburgh
accent
for like
is
4 months. I'm taking.
Oh, that's close. Oh, he said process.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
I didn't know that, Caleb. That's pretty close to me.
Yeah, exactly. We traveled all around there too.
They have the
up in New
Pittsburgh
York
has
and
like its
stuff.
own accent.
It does for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's honestly, this is getting off topic again, but super underrated city. I would
I
like
love
put
Pittsburgh.
I
I
put
love
Pittsburgh at like a top of a sports trip list. Like we went to
Yeah.
multiple Buccos games, and it was PNC was incredible.
It's the
That's
best. I've been to a lot of
it's
baseball
insane.
stades. It's like easily at the top for me.
Oh,
It's a
it's
beautiful
insane.
stadium.
Yeah.
And I'm certain if you fly there and Paul Skeen's supposed to be pitching, he will actually pitch that day.
Steve has been so Caleb doesn't know this lore of the stream, but so basically it was Father's Day. Was that 2 years?
Yep.
It was
Last year.
Yeah, it was last year, Paul Skeen's rookie year. So Steve, it's Father's Day, and Steve was in Colorado. And what, you were going to take your dad to see Paul Skeen's pitch against
first
okay.
baseball game.
Okay,
Yeah.
you were going to take him to see Paul Skeen's pitch against the Rockies, first baseball game. And Steve
Could have
got
gone Saturday,
to
could have gone Friday, pick Sunday.
Steve got to the stadium unknowingly that Paul Skeens had been scratched because they didn't want him to pitch at altitude. So there was no Paul Skeens to be seen when he got to the stadium. And he's been mad ever since about this.
Oh, and it was like the worst baseball game ever.
Yeah. And then you just
Pirates
have to watch
versus
the Pirates and
Rockies.
Rockies.
Yeah.
That's
two AAA clubs going toe to toe.
That's tough. I mean,
Pennsylvania people talk weird. I don't disagree. I think they.
Oh yeah, we had like multiple people that when I was living there, they were from Lancaster.
Oh yeah,
like, that's
even worse.
Just, like, out in the boonies, basically out there, and it was some wild people. That year though, that was like 2015. No. I don't know.
Also, they were like getting,
they
were getting a wild card. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, we went to like one of the last games of the season. They played the Brewers and they locked it up, and like McCutcheon was still sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were.
I think they probably
really
had Starling
good.
Marte back then.
They did. Yeah, it was. They were like a deep team back then, and even the Brewers were good back then too. Like they had.
Mike Moustakas.
Exactly. Yeah, they had. I can't remember the pitcher's name. They had one pitcher that. Oh man. He wore
the Pirates?
39. No, the Brewers.
Oh, the Brewers?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, man, this is going to kill me. But anyway, great park. It was a cool place. So I have like.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's underrated city.
Yeah.
There's some good restaurants too.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking next year for Fantasy Football Expo that we would fly into Pittsburgh instead of Cleveland and then maybe hang out there for a bit and Ben can come pick us up and drive us back.
Yeah, that would be good.
This is Giovanni Gallardo was the pitcher.
I was thinking Ubaldo Jimenez, but that was the Rockies.
No, yeah, exactly. It was great. Pittsburgh's a really cool place. That's people like act like it's like such a tough place. Obviously, steel city, steel town.
Yeah,
but like the people are
underrated.
so nice.
Yeah, the people are nice, honestly.
And it's a beautiful. You go just outside the city, and it's like forests and like mountains and stuff, or hills.
Yeah,
but great place. They need better sports again.
They do. Even the Penguins have just not been good.
Yeah,
which is crazy because they've been good like my entire life.
They deserve more championships.
Good point from Jim. Great tool to add to your regular approach, but you also have to consider matchups and game totals. I do think like we could probably rip like the totals and custom upload those into the data space, Steve.
Yeah.
I definitely think that is possible.
We could definitely do that, or we could even
we could isolate I could isolate game totals, just individual team totals. So exactly. Bears obviously have a high team total this week, high total game. Same with the Raiders and stuff. So definitely some stuff we can add. Jim, thank you for the feedback there.
You could theoretically join it with the team data, and then divide overall points scored by the games played and then create your own team total as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I find, and you guys obviously look at this even more than I do, sometimes I find that I feel like, I'm like, where are some of these totals coming from? And, it's the consensus, it's the markets picking the total, and they're moving the totals accordingly, the lines accordingly.
Yeah.
It's not always based on the data. And so that's where I always even I go back to that kind of conversation I was having on Reddit versus, the Colts. Like if the Colts are underdogs and you get good value, like the data says that they should win. It's a good bet. If you've got a game that two teams that have scored a lot of points and the overall betting total is a little bit lower, that's a potential edge that, where you're going to be thinking differently than everyone else.
Yeah, I think what we should do, Steve, I'm going to send you a head-to-head. And so like
Okay.
it can be free or whatever, but just for each week, like you make a team based strictly off this, and then like I'll make my team, and then we'll use it as like an experiment, and we'll kind of see who wins like out. Like,
Okay.
then it's something we can talk about. I think that'll be fun. So I'll send you a head-to-head on DraftKings and
okay.
See what we can do. Speaking of like totals, I'm just looking at this, but do you think, what would you guess the total in the game Ravens Chiefs? What do you think the total points in that game is? Like, do you guys just
Ravens?
Just like a guess?
I'm saying 44.
Okay.
I'm saying 60.
60 is crazy. I don't even think there's been a 60 total in the NFL, but it's 48.5. Doesn't that seem like a little high, don't you think?
Yeah. The Chiefs,
for the Chiefs, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like this, God, I hate the Ravens for what they did to me Monday, but this has to be like a get right spot for them if this total is this high, because like, do you think the Chiefs are scoring 30? Like, there's just no way. I don't know how you could like really predict them scoring a bunch right now with how bad. I mean, I know they're getting
under on that.
I just might bet the rate. Like, that would tell me that the Ravens score a lot of points if that total is going to be that high. Because, I mean, look at the Chiefs this year. 21 points, 17, and then they mustered up 22 against the Giants last week. Like, do we really, like, if for this to hit almost 50 points, and the Ravens are like a respectable team, even though their defense looked terrible on Monday, but like, I don't know. Like, that seems like a little high to me.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know. It might be Ravens, but I don't know if I can stomach that again. Maybe if they quit drafting Kenny Pickett, hiring Arthur Smith, they could be good at football again. That's also very true. I mean, the Steelers. I said this in the power rankings thing. Like, the Steelers do the same thing every single year. They, for whatever reason, they luck into like winning these games. They'll get into the playoffs, and then they just get smoked by like an actual team. And it's the same thing again this year. Like, how do they win that game against the Patriots? Like, how do you get so lucky that a team end zone pick, fumble at the goal line? Like, it's just like they can't get out of their own way. It's crazy.
They're just over 500 football team every single year. It's that Mike Tomlin effect.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not changing. And
then they'll get in there and play the Bills or something, and just get smoked. They got smoked by the Browns 1 year in the playoffs.
It just doesn't change because they don't have they don't have like that one game breaker. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't change because you don't have like, or the quarterback. Like, when Ben was there, it was like, okay, you have this guy who's like the monster who's gonna be, but like A-Rod's not anything that he used to be, and their weapons like just aren't.
Well, they're going to
win consistent games. Yeah, 100%. But they're going to win.
The moment the pressure went up, the QB would collapse.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, it isn't interesting.
On that note, I'm going to let you guys keep talking. I got to run to another meeting, but I'll let you guys keep going, and I'm going to listen to the rest of this later, so don't say anything bad about me.
No, I'm absolutely trash his DK lineup, honestly.
Yeah, this lineup's terrible.
Yeah,
I love a good roasting, actually. You can say whatever you want. I love a good roasting. Howard, you coming on, Howard?
If this lineup sucked, I would have told you. I mean, you know that. I'll be honest with you. I would have said this.
Hey,
I don't think
we've disagreed in the past.
Yeah.
And
that's good. Wait, who wants to listen to these shows where everyone's just sucking each other off the whole time? That's not fun.
No.
True.
Not good. Not good. Okay. I got to roll. Talk to you guys later. See everybody else next Thursday. Same bad channel. Same bad time.
Yep. Austin, if you're in our Discord, I'm assuming you are. I don't know if you've reached out to me in there before or not, but just tag me on Discord. If you're not in the Discord, if you go to the website, rollinginsights.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom where all the social links are. So see like the Twitter and all that stuff, there's a Discord button. and that will take you into the Discord. But if you're already in there, which I'm pretty sure you are, you can just tag me in there. But maybe I'm thinking of a different Austin. All right, Caleb. Obviously, thanks for coming on. Do you have any last thoughts about anything, or obviously? So, chat. Caleb will be coming on pretty regularly, I would say, on the streams, like moving forward.
For sure.
You know, at least once a week, probably whenever he has time and is able. But do you have any last thoughts on anything? Anything you want to talk about?
This is just the best time of year. Like, I know I say it. I mean, everybody says it every single year, but like this, like end of September, early October is just incredible. Like baseball's coming out of the wire. Got some great stuff going on there. Football's like hitting its peak.
Yeah.
Stuff's getting figured out with teams now where like they're trying to find their stride and like it's balancing out. And now it's just like you have a little bit more stability, and then hockey's starting and NBA's kicking off. You're just like, it's just the best time to be a sports fan. Like it's just the best.
I agree. Yeah, Austin, go Guards. Guardians have made a crazy comeback. Also, we have Ryder Cup this weekend, which is sick. So
yeah, they just released the matchups. The Friday foursomes just got released, so that's sweet. It'll be.
Do you have any Ryder Cup takes? I saw you made that Reddit post, but then I went to see it and it wasn't there, so I couldn't.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I think Europe wins, honestly, which is like.
I'm with you on that one.
It's a home soil, but like Bethpage is so tough that I just feel like it just equalizes. Like all these guys play it pretty well too. Like, and favoring the faders too. Like it's such a left to right course that I feel like the European team just has so many guys that just can take advantage of it more than the States. So it's going to be so sick. And like it's wet right now too, which also adds another layer of how that course is going to play. But yeah, who knows? I mean, it is sick having like the fans. You just hear so much about like how crazy the States fans are, and they are insane. But I don't know. I feel like it's Europe's time to get another win on the road. It's been a while, so they're just too good.
The home team's done so well recently. Yeah. So I think obviously I want the USA to win, but I do think Europe's team is better. Which Steve and I have talked about that on the stream, throughout the summer. But if this was in Europe, I think they would be like minus 220. Like I think they'd be really big favorites. So
yeah, 100%.
I don't know. Is home field enough, or home turf, whatever, home course?
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I don't know if it is. We'll have to see. I'm obviously excited to watch it, but there's some sick college football games. Like Saturday is just gonna be peak. There's so many good college games, and then you have Ryder Cup on too. It's gonna be sick.
It's insane. Yeah. I am vibing. This is great. I'm
MVP Open in disc golf. Is that like pro?
Man,
disc golf.
That's something we should. Let me get.
Can you bet on that?
The disc golf stats. Yeah, 100%.
If you can bet on that,
that's something I'm going to be working on.
Yeah, we have we have darts data available.
Darts is out.
We'll
disc
just add
maybe
disc
next.
golf in here. Does anybody want to build a product to where you have disc golf projections?
Disc golf's incredible. That sport is unbelievable. I'm a big golf guy, but like disc golf, that sport is so much fun. Got hooked on it when I was living in Sweden.
The final DGPT playoff event before the Tour Championship, it says. This must be like this is big time. This is big time disc golf here.
Oh my goodness!
This guy's got a crown on his head. What is this? I don't know. I've played disc golf like once or twice. I'm not very good, so
no,
I would need to practice that one.
Can't throw a frisbee to save my life, and it translated right into disc golf.
He says it's live on YouTube. He's an expert. I throw 400 yards.
Woo!
Yeah, there's no shot I could do that.
That's impressive. I mean, those things sail, but mine's going like 400 yards in the opposite direction too. I can't throw it straight.
Yeah, okay.
This is crazy. The tour goes all over.
Yeah, it goes all over the place. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. I've never even seen that.
This is crazy.
Who do you like in that game, Captain? Georgia versus Bama. I want your opinion because I have a pit. I will have a bet in that game actually. So I want to see if you agree or disagree with me. Oh, throw 100 feet. 400 feet. Yeah, that makes more sense.
I mean, that's
400
still
yards.
crazy.
But yeah, that's still crazy. There's no way I could even come remotely close to that.
Georgia Bama is going to be crazy. I don't know. I honestly.
Yeah, do you have a pick?
I don't know.
I liked Bama plus 3
yeah.
is what I think I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that game's so tight. I mean,
I'm trying to see if the line is the same. It's 2.5 on FanDuel. I don't know. It's 2.5 on FanDuel, and it's like every bet is on Georgia. So I don't know, bro. I took him at plus 3. I like Bama plus 3, but I don't really. That'll be like a small play for me. I'm not really going hard on that.
Those games are so tough to actually predict. Betting on those ones is you got to have a really good hunch about those. Those games are so tight.
Yeah,
I even with Bama not being at the top of their game, it's still such a.
I definitely think Georgia's better, but
for sure, yeah,
it's just a weird.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's been kind of weird. Oregon, Penn State, that's an electric game. Whiteout is always crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't make it big noon. That would have been. I like the whiteout at night. I don't want the noon whiteout. That's stupid. Yeah. So glad that's a night game. But
USC,
all right, chat.
Too.
Thank you guys. Yeah, that's a big one. Thank you guys for tuning in. We had a lot of viewers today. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll be live tomorrow at 4:00. Probably talk college mostly, and then there was something else I wanted to talk about tomorrow too. So we'll see. But 4 p.m. tomorrow. Caleb, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having
You're more
me.
than welcome to join every day, whenever you want.
See you guys again for sure.
But all right, chat. Good luck tonight if you're betting, all that stuff, and I will see everybody tomorrow.
Let's go.